The Battle of Crécy, fought on August 26, 1346, marked a turning point in the Hundred Years' War. Facing off were the English forces under King Edward III, composed of English, Welsh, Allied troops, against a much larger French army led by King Philip VI. Despite being outnumbered, the English held a strong defensive position. Edward made a key tactical decision: his knights and men-at-arms would dismount and fight on foot. Notably, this battle saw the early use of cannons by the English, an innovation that signaled a new era in warfare. Edward's army included around 4,000 knights and men-at-arms, 7,000 archers, mostly English and Welsh longbowmen, and 5,000 spearmen. To prepare, they fortified their position with ditches and scattered caltrops to break cavalry charges. Estimates placed the French force at 20,000 to 30,000 strong. Alongside Philip VI rode the blind King John of Bohemia. The French front lines were made up of Genoese mercenary crossbowmen, backed by heavily armored knights under the command of the Count of Alassa. Edward divided his army into three main divisions. The terrain favored them, a forest and marshes secured one flank, while the village of Waudecourt protected the other. However, the Genoese made a crucial mistake: they had left their large protective shields, or pavises, behind in the baggage train. As they advanced, a sudden rainstorm damaged their crossbows, making them nearly useless. As panic set in, the French unfurled the Oriflamme, the sacred battle banner, declaring that no prisoners would be taken. When the Genoese broke rank and began to retreat, they were cut down by the French cavalry, who saw them as cowards. The French then launched up to 15 cavalry charges against the English line, but each was beaten back. The field in front of the English position turned into a deadly heap of horses and men. The Black Prince, Edward's son, was leading one of the divisions and came under heavy assault. A messenger was sent to Edward III, asking for reinforcements. But Edward declined, saying, "Let the boy win his spurs." The prince held his ground. One of the most tragic moments came when the blind King John of Bohemia, tied to his knights by their bridles, charged into battle. None of them returned alive. King Philip himself was wounded and lost 2 horses in the fighting before fleeing the battlefield. By the end of the day, the English had lost only around 300 men. In contrast, the French suffered a devastating defeat. 1,542 knights were killed. The sacred Oriflamme was captured. Among the fallen was King John of Bohemia, whose body was later found by the Black Prince.